welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. We have our second game from our recent Kickstarter delivery, and this is Skara Brae. So this came in combination. They did a campaign with this and the Anarchy. Sorry, the Anarchy, and I was very excited about the Anarchy. That was an instant back, and this one, it just seemed silly not to back them both and get them both at the same time. We do have this Kickstarter promo action tiles. I believe that these are unique tiles, so everybody's going to have the same tiles as everyone else except for one, and so you'll shuffle those up, and the unique ones, I think these are going to be unique ones because they're different and there's only one of them. So, but this one is a very interesting game. I'm not even close to knowing the history of this game. It is very ancient. It's in their ancient anthology line. So the Legacy of You, the Raiders of Scythia, things like that. This one has to do with these mounds. This is a resource management game, first and foremost. But there's also this amount of waste. So that you have to deal with. So let's take a look. I do always love, though, that there's so much history in these games, and I would just love to spend a day with Shem Phillips in like a library and just see what he does in a library. Anyways, around 5,000 years ago, so I mean, we're talking way, way, way back when. Definitely BC. A resilient group of farmers hunters built a thriving community on the Orkney Islands of northern Scotland. Okay, rather than discarding their empty shells, broken tools, bones, and other waste, they used them to form large mounds of earth over hundreds of years. Later generations dug into these midden piles to create a series of rooms and tunnels to shelter from the harsh winds and cold winter months. So, midden is that waste they referred to. So I said resource management. Here you can see a list of all of the resources that are going to be included in this. We're going to see all these here in a second. Shells, barley, seaweed, wool, stone, wood, hide, bone. Midden is the waste. Food, scale knives, cows, deer, sheep, fish, rabbits. I mean, this thing may have more individual resources than Agricola. Look, you also got bore, trade, furnish, small workers, large workers, and turn markers. There is a ton of wooden meeples in this game. But here you go, standard Shem Phillips rulebook. I feel like if you're watching this, you probably are familiar with the Shem Phillips game. Lots of baggies. This one has more room. A lot of time, this is definitely one of the smaller boxes. This is back to the original size box that Garphill games used to come in. Now they're like trilogy lines come in bigger boxes, but this one we might be able to come up with a storage solution because look at all of these different things going on here. I mean, I'm not gonna dump every single one of these bags out, but so this is the waste. This is just general waste called mutton or mitten or something like that. But we got some wood, we've got the knives, the bones. I do like the bones. Deer, they're like laying down. I think this is just general food. It looks like a fire. I think it's meant to be like a fire. We got cows, we got bunnies, we got wheat. I do like that wheat too. I don't know what these are. Wool maybe? Cotton? So these are for players. I only have 3 boars. I wonder why that is. Uh-oh. I mean, it's not the end of the world here, but I don't know if I'll actually ever play this with 4 players, but missing a boar. Okay. Hide. This looks like vegetables. This looks like sheep. Fish. Stone, eggs, I don't know. And then your meeples, large, small, and a turn order disc. So, whew. We got a whole bunch of these guys. These are cards that you're going to draft at the beginning of each round. And let's see here. Oh yeah, player boards. So these are not dual layer. They just punch all the way through. That's cool. I wonder if these are different on the back. No, they appear to be the same. These just punch through, but it allows you to keep up with your various tracks here that are going to be for endgame scoring. And but this is the this is where your resources go. So you'll fill this up and you'll move a bar along, and wherever that bar sits at the end of each round, that's how much waste you're producing. And so you want to maximize, or you want to be able to have your resources, but you don't want to have too many because that creates more waste. And even I remember it's saying that if you get all the way to the end here, you can just keep piling up resources on the side here, but then you won't be able to necessarily push this back, and you're going to keep accumulating a lot of waste. So these are your player boards. These are all of the tiles that we saw the bonus tiles of. So everybody's going to get a muster, or maybe not. Maybe these dark ones are the different ones. Everybody's going to get a furnish, a craft, a cook, a clean. Looks like. Yeah, in player color maybe. Yeah, because like this one is purple. It's all the same symbols, but these are all in purple. Anyways, here's the gather ones that are going to sit along the bottom. So depending on who you put there, you may put this guy underneath here and see water symbol, water symbol. And so for each one of these guys that you have stacked underneath, so the first time you do it, when you put this person down, you'll gain whatever this green circle is or a vegetable. But the second time you do it, you'll stack them so you can see all the symbols. You'll gain 2 of these. And for playing this person down, you'll gain a fish. So that's basically how this goes. Another fun thing here. Here's your little tracker that you'll punch these out, and that'll slide along and tell you what your positive and negatives are during the round. But the round tracker, not the round tracker, but the turn order tracker looks like this. So I do remember how this works. So at the beginning of a round, whoever's on top is going to get the first choice. So they will either, and there's going to be a display of these cards out, one more than each player. And they're not all people like this either. But you will either decide to move this way with your disc and pass for now. Or you can choose a card and move your disc this way. Then the next person, maybe they choose a card and put their disc here. The person that passed then gets to choose their card last and puts this. They now retained, you just slide it like that. And this is now the next order. For each round consists of like 3 drafting phases. Or you could say maybe go like this. I want to wait and try and retrain maybe because you can see what the cards are down their line. So you can see what you could be drafting, and maybe cards in the other piles are more important to you. Well, this person could say, okay, I'll go ahead and take first pick. Then this person may also say, well, I'm going to pass. Well, you see they were last, but now all of a sudden they get to pick before this person. No, that did work out. I don't know. I thought there was a way that this would strategically work itself out. So anyways, but that's how the thing goes. And you can just keep spinning this, or just keep remembering which way you go with people. But I thought that was an interesting mechanic, how you could kind of forego choosing early in the round to pick earlier in a later set of cards in that same round. Anyways. So yeah, lots of resources. I think that's the big thing here, is all of these freaking resources here, each in their own bag. So we will try and come up with a storage solution for this one. But the rest of these tiles are all like this. Some standard ones that have the player color up in the corner, and then ones like Hunt, Boar, Innovate, Build, Explore that don't have a player color, similar to our promo tiles here that also don't have them. So All of this does stuff with the resources. You're basically trading in resources to do other things, to build roofs over your huts, to throw them in the fire, which produces more. You throw in the raw ingredients and then you just get food back. It's a typical Euro style game where you're gonna have to feed your people. So as many people as you have cards for, you're gonna have to feed them. If you don't have the food, they just go away, so on and so forth. So that is Skara Brae. So we will be doing a how to play video of this once I figure more out about it. But also we will do a storage solution for this one. We'll figure out what the best way is to store all those little tiny pieces so you don't have to open up that many baggies, dump all these out into little piles, and then put them all back into baggies, because that's redonkulous. So anyways, there we go. If you have any questions for now, let me know in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. But just know that I'll be looking into this game a little more, and all the answers will come. Anyways, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Have a great day.